Good morning, human beings. It's time for a stream. I'm Jeremy Parrish. This is Famicoffee. Hopefully my sound is not clipping. Looks like it might be a little loud. I will rely on the good folks in the stream chat to moderate me and tell me what's going on. So, hello, good morning. I'm Jeremy Parrish. This is Katamari Damacy by Namco. This is the PlayStation 2 version. It's been a while since I've played, and apparently I don't have any save files, so I'm starting all over with our good friend, the King. A belated Father's Day celebration. The King of all cosmos. Maybe the worst father in video gaming, although there is a lot of competition. But he's definitely the cruelest and most full of himself as far as video game fathers go. So I'm going to skip on past the tutorial here. It's like I said, it's been a while since I've played on PlayStation 2. Okay, got that down. So I do need a little bit of kind of time to recover and figure out how to play this thing. Remember the controls and rules. And also, man, this controller is not good. The plastics, I think, are starting to break down on the analog nubs. Oh, and yeah, they're kind of sticky. Not a big fan. I'm pressing L1. There we go. Look at that. What the hell is that? What kind of weird planet? All right, and we're good. All right, I see some people showing up. Hello, good morning. And Jason LaRose says the King is so hip he talks in record scratches. That is pretty hip, actually. Hopefully this game is not going to change resolutions on me. I don't think PS2 games do that very often. It's a huge problem with PlayStation 1 games. I can't really stream a lot of PS1 games because they like to switch resolutions from 240p to 480i, which is terrible because my streaming device keeps switching resolutions and then it drops the stream and everything's bad. I'd love to stream Chrono Cross someday, but it is not possible. All right, sounds like the sound is good. So everyone seems okay. Hopefully you can hear the game music over or under my nattering voice because the music here is so good. Maybe not in this section, but once we start playing, the King is celebrating his naughtiness. He is a strange and complex man, and he shifts his problems onto his son. Very, very much a video game father. All right, so here we are. I'm gonna roll around after this very dark and unhappy week. I feel like I needed to do something a little fun, so that's why we're streaming Katamari Damacy. Also, I went up to the office at Limited Run Games for the first time in like 2 months, and I have a copy of Katamari Damacy that I keep on display there because back when I worked at OneUp.com, my boss Sam Kennedy was kind enough to have Keita Takahashi sign this copy of Katamari, so it's one of my few signed video games and as a prize, so I had it up on display, but I brought it back home so that I could play it for you. Because sometimes you just gotta break the seal on a signed memento and put it to use. If you don't play video games, what's the point? I say this as someone who works for a company all about collecting, but I believe in breaking the seal. Collect things so that you can love them. That's my vote. So anyway, the disc isn't signed by Takahashi anyway. It's the sleeve art, so it's all good. If somehow my PlayStation 2, which is starting to fail, shreds the disc, I'm not losing anything anything irreplaceable. Oh no, I've fallen, and I don't think I can get back up. I don't want to make a definitive statement there. This is not a commercial for Medic Alert. Anyway, Katamari Damacy, a game from, what, 2004 by Namco? Back in that era of great creative fertility. Back when games like this, you know, these were games that major publishers were creating as opposed to little indie studios. They took a big chance on this, and it was great. And then, strangely enough, they localized it into English, which was very unexpected. And everyone around the world said, this game is beautiful and fun. It's so lighthearted, even though there is the darkness of the whole father-son relationship. And I was immediately smitten with this game when I first saw it, because it's just so stylish and weird, and the music is great. And yeah, it's just a fun little game. I stumped for it really hard at OneUp.com in the early days, and actually got in trouble for it because I was told, this game is really weird and you should stop writing about it all the time. Write about stuff people want to read about. Even on my own blog. And I said no. Hello everyone showing up here. Good to see you all. I've got some coffee. It's Famicoffee. I assume that anyone playing or watching the stream has played this game, but just in case, this is a game where you roll a ball around and stuff sticks to it. And once stuff sticks to it, then your ball gets bigger and you can pick up bigger things. Bigger things will stick to your ball. It's like gravity. You're creating mass, I think. Denmon said, I had a similar PlayStation 2 issue, console went bad, started shredding discs without warning. Ended up replacing it with OPL, but that didn't save the 2 discs I lost before then. MangoTree93 says, is it hot coffee or cold brewed? It is a hot coffee, but not the Grand Theft Auto style. Excuse me. Okay, so the king of all cosmos has taught me to roll a Katamari, and that's what we're doing. And at some point we'll meet the Hoshino family, who is caught up in all of this. They're the what? They're the kind of point of view perspective characters here, showing the bizarreness that's going on as the Prince of all Cosmos rolls up the entire planet into a star. Alrighty, let's keep going. Alright, we got that going on. Do I want vibration? Sure. Do I have presence? No. Constellations? None yet. Sound. Collection. Data. Let's save. No. Okay, so onward and upward into space. There's this little mushroom over here. That's where the cousins are, right? Oh, look, I have cousins. There's Ace and June. Who's that down there? Hello? Ah, there we go. Okay, Marcy. Wow, so many cousins. Let's switch over to June, because I like June's style. It's pretty fun. Or can I switch to cousins? I can't remember. All right, I selected her, and oh, I guess that's for player 2. That's right. Never mind. Be gone. Let's go roll up some stuff. Okay. That's the first stage. Here's the second. So yeah, it's entirely possible that sometime during the stream, my PlayStation 2 may just die. I really need to replace the system. It's getting to a point where every time I boot it up, it takes longer and longer for it to start reading a disc. You know, PS2 is supposed to just launch into the disc right away if there's a disc inserted. But this one will go to the browser screen, and it used to be it would like go there for 5 seconds, and now it's more like 30 before it decides to boot into the game. I was actually not sure if this game was going to be able to be streamed this morning because of that. So if it just conks out and dies, I will have to call the stream, cut the stream short. So I guess before I do more PS2 games, I need to find a replacement system. Probably will hunt down one that I can use like an ODE type option to load games so I don't have to rely on the disk drive, because I'm finding that any system based on a disk drive will eventually die. And that's lame. Alright, so the premise of this game is, as you saw from before as I skipped through the text, the king of all cosmos got really drunk and destroyed basically every star in the galaxy. And now everyone's angry at him. And even though he is the king of all cosmos, he's also very concerned about PR. I feel like that's a familiar sentiment these days. Like, I can definitely see a bad father as a leader who is more concerned about his PR than about actual leadership. It's not hard to imagine having someone like that in power. So anyway, he puts tasks on his son to basically travel through the galaxy, rolling up stuff to send into the sky to replace the stars that he messed up. And I can definitely see a poor father figure as a leader, more concerned with his PR and offloading critical tasks to his son or son-in-law, regardless of that person's competence. It's just, you know, a very resonant game, I would say, in ways that Namco clearly could not have expected or anticipated back in 2004. But that's what, you know, that's the definition of great art. It's good beyond its times. It transcends its era. All right, so this is a reprise of the first stage, and I'm much bigger now. I love the way the perspective shifts in this game as your Katamari grows. The prince never grows, but the Katamari gets bigger. But this is pretty much where I started before, but it seemed different, and now it's, because I'm bigger, it's a little harder to maneuver. But on the other hand, I can pick up things that I could not before, like tape dispensers. I feel like I'm just messing up a, what do you call it, a Muji. Just totally wrecking Tokyo hands. This game really stood out at the time. I mean, it still stands out. It's still pretty unique aside from all the sequels they've made. But in 2004, this was just not the kind of games people were making and publishing on systems like PlayStation 2. Everyone was really pushing toward realism and grittiness and violence and so on and so forth. You know, this was the same year that Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, the game with hot coffee, came out. And, you know, I had a lot of fun with that game, but it's a very different experience. Halo 2, you know? Like that games like that were very different than Katamari. Different vibe. Oh, come on, little guy. You're a terrible Katamari roller. Or maybe I'm a terrible Katamari roller. But the use of these super low poly objects in the world, populating the world with like simple, boxy, blocky objects, not only gives the game a great style, but it's also a great kind of technical trick. It allows things to scale really cleanly. It allows them to populate the world with tons of objects. I gotta get a few more, like a 1.5 centimeters on here. I got a mouse, that's good. That's always a good sign. And you can roll up the living. Yes, that's right. It's a big Katamari. Okay, so I've achieved my goal for the stage, and now I will roll up. Oh, I can't go this way. All right, I will roll outside and find what's out there. I guess it's not. Is this outside? Yes, I am outdoors. All right. This is a very cluttered yard. This is like the old lady that lives down the street and used to care about her yard and then stopped. And apparently there's a guy out here putting and doesn't seem to mind that there is a small creature consuming everything that he possesses in his yard. And bumping into things and dropping things. Good times. And those are some stiff socks. I don't even want to know why. Oh, I gotta go faster. Get the birds. There we go. Got a bird. So when you stop and think about what you're actually doing here, rolling all these living things into a ball and then launching them into space, it's kind of dark. But I guess that's the, I don't know, that seems to be a popular motif in Japanese media. Like, something seems cute, but it's actually kind of grim. And I approve. There should be some darkness in the light. Was that a lawn gnome? All right. This game is one of the few games to have like tank-style controls and be extremely frustrating to control and make it work. I'm running low on time, so you get the annoying klaxon. But I am more than 50% larger than I was supposed to be, so that's good. Alright, so my goal for this stage was, I believe, 20 centimeters, and the Katamari is now 31. So congratulations to me for a fine morning roll-up. Oh no! The Katamari lost some material at the very end there. Alright. So that was that stage. Hello, if you're just joining, thank you for joining. I am Jeremy Parrish. This is a Famicoffee stream, early in the morning. I'm still a little half awake. But I'm streaming Katamari Damacy for PlayStation 2. Not the remakes, not the sequels, just the original. I have much fondness for this game. And the king is telling me how my Katamari is too small, and I don't care. Alright, Danmon says, check out OpenPS2 Loader. That sounds interesting, although I have a slim PS2, so I don't think I can do all the networking stuff. Oh, sorry, Hoshino family. Good night, and goodbye. Alright, let us go over here to make Cancer, or make a Star 3. Let's do the constellations. Sickle says this is a Fami T stream for me. That works. Alright, so time to grab some crab. Grab a Crab, my favorite Genesis album. Alright, so the goal of this stage is specifically to roll up crabs. Crabs of all size. Those crabs are going to be too big. It's actually arachnids, really. You can get spiders, and somehow that counts as a crab, although really they're not. I think science would strongly disapprove of them playing fast and loose with their taxonomy in this game, but what can you do? Video games and science are often diametric opposites. Aside from that one guy in Mass Effect who's talking about how Albert Einstein is the meanest son of a bitch in the galaxy, that was a good speech. But then the rest of the game, you know, was like, hey, it's giant space robots from outside the galaxy who want to do something or another with humans. They kind of lost the plot. seem to be having some trouble with my crab rolling. These crabs are too big. I am caught in a corner. That is not good. There we go. Man, this makes me want to get some crab for dinner tonight. The problem with crabs is that they're very delicious, but they're also a big pain in the ass to eat. Gotta pick out the meat and so forth. What good is that? So I'm trying to remember the exact metric by which they judge this stage, by which the king judges the stage. And I want to say, I thought you had to get to a certain size, but I guess you're just trying to get as many crabs as possible within a set amount of time. Oh, come down to me, my little crab friends. Yes. Another great thing about this game is that, like I said, you know, the style at the time of the early 2000s was to go realistic, and this game doesn't do that. But also, people really fussed a lot with camera controls and giving you a lot of fine motor control over the way cameras moved. Whereas this game just doesn't even care. It's just like, you know, it's confusing and difficult, and that is by design. That's just how it's going to be. That is a big crab. I would be very alarmed if there were this many crabs in my backyard. They don't even care. Oh, she's asleep. That lady is like stoned out of her mind or something. A giant ball of crab rolled into her face and she didn't even notice. There is a dog over there. Dogs are not crabs, as you may be aware. Oh, did I get the big crab? I did. Yes. Even the king approves. That's rare. You know you did well when the king is like, good job, kid. Alright, so I'm up to 78 crabs. That's good. 79. I saw one hanging above the ground. Oh yeah, I got the dog. Oh, look at all that up there. Let's take the elevator. Oh, am I too big? Nope. Okay. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, little Katamari guy. What are you doing? There we go. All right. Crab paradise. This makes me want to go to Osaka and just roll up that restaurant with a giant crab over the door. I don't even know what it's called. I just remember being in Osaka and seeing a giant crab and thinking, I can really relate to that. This is a restaurant that was designed for me. One more. Let's go for one more. Can we hit 90? Oh, just missed it. Just short. All right. Kim Hallam says, the level is measured by crab amount, but the bigger you are, the more you can roll up. Yes. Jimmy Smith says, this is impressive for a game that came out in 2004. This was a game harnessing the power of the emotion engine. The PlayStation 2 could do anything. Wait, so that's only 66% of the crabs available? Man, I don't know. Oh, well, he's being positive. That's good. The king is actually praising me. That's so rare. Oh. has to balance his praise with a little criticism. I see how it is. I see how it is, Dad. I feel like PS2 was the era of video games where people really started to express their father issues. Like, you know, once Final Fantasy X came out, it was just the floodgates were open.
Cancer came scuttling back. So yummy.
Jason LaRose said, I love the fact that the PS2 controllers had analog face buttons, but almost no games used it. The one game that really sticks in my mind for the analog buttons was Metal Gear Solid 3, and used those for CQC, the close quarters combat, and that just made things such a mess. You'd go into like choke a guy, or you'd go into like hold him hostage, and you'd accidentally choke him out. I never could get the CQC to work the way I wanted. So yeah, analog buttons, a fine idea in principle, not so much in practice. Sickle points out that Earthbound did have stuff about fathers. That's true. Absent fathers. And Alucard. Yes, okay. So I guess the PlayStation 1 era, the mid-90s, was when video games really started to explore the dynamics of father-son relationships. And it's only been like in the past 10 years that Western developers have caught up with things like God of War and so forth, The Last of Us. We're just, I don't know, Japan's way behind us in berating father technology. They've got better toilets, and they've got better father-son issues. Better Oedipal issues. Anyway, if you're just joining, hello. I'm sorry for this bizarreness you've stumbled into, but I'm Jeremy Parrish, and this is Famicoffee, a stream where I play video games in the morning before I'm fully awake, and madness ensues. I catch butterflies, I roll up cherries, things get surreal and weird. I'm actually kind of surprised by how well this game is streaming. I was afraid that because you're rotating and spinning around so much, it wouldn't really come through so well because of compression and the way video streaming works, but it seems okay so far. So that's good. I'm glad. That little ant got away. I'm very offended. Or maybe it was a dung beetle? I don't know. Getting some takoyaki. This is set in Osaka, isn't it? Crabs, now takoyaki. Yeah. I want some takoyaki. I actually have no idea where I would get takoyaki right now. And that, my friends, makes me sad. What? What are you talking about, dude? He's berating me for reasons I don't understand. Alright, so anyway, normally I do my streaming on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but this was a rough week. There was a lot happening on Tuesday and Wednesday, so I wasn't really in a good place to do streaming. So I'm catching up now. I'm also going to stream this afternoon, this evening. Hey, it's a Metal. This is a Mega Man game now. Never saw that before. Anyway, I'm going to stream this afternoon. I'm actually going to stream Mega Man 8. By a strange coincidence, that was a good segue. So join me at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time if you would like to see me jump, slide my way to sadness. Actually, Mega Man 8's not that bad. It's just those auto-scrolling stages are really annoying. But that's because I'm playing Mega Man 8 because I finally got my Saturn repaired and up and running again. The power supply unit had been blown out by being overloaded by American power supplies, which are more powerful than Japanese power supplies, 110, 120 volts versus 100. So I've got a step-down transformer for the Saturn now that'll help keep that from happening again. And I've always wanted to sit down and play Mega Man 8 for Saturn because it is different in some respects than Mega Man 8 for PlayStation, which is the one that I know. It's got some extra content, including battles with some Mega Man 1 bosses as kind of a 10th anniversary celebration of the series. There we go, I'm up. But we will talk about that later. I don't actually know if I will get to the exclusive unique content for Saturn, but at the very least, we can make fun of the English dub. I'm always a very big fan of Dr. Waiwi. His voice in that game is amazing. So let's see, I still got 5 more minutes for this stage, and I've almost hit my goal. I think we will have success here. Oh, look at this slope. Heard of steep slope sliders? Well, this is a shallow slope roller. The amazing sequel. There's actually not much happening on this slope. That's a shame. Okay, I'm big enough for the large containers of, is that milk, water? It's something. I guess I could... Wow, toilet paper. That's a rarity these days. Everyone, if you're looking for toilet paper, check the Prince of All Cosmos. Oh, I can't get up. Oh, I'm blockaded. It's no good. Can't lose that toilet paper, it's too precious. Get some soy sauce, some mayonnaise. This is a strange place to leave condiments, but who am I to judge? Alright, we have hit the goal. Jason LaRose says, I used to love takoyaki, but I decided octopuses were too intelligent to feel right eating. That's actually true. I had a conversation about that last night because I was eating squid, and there was some debate about whether squid or octopus was better. Squid do not taste as good as octopus, but they are stupider than octopus, so I feel better about eating squid. I do not eat octopus very often, and increasingly find myself not wanting to eat it at all. I guess if maybe they would make takoyaki with squid instead. Ikayaki, maybe? No, it doesn't quite have the same ring, but I think it would still be pretty good. I should write a memo to Japan. See if they'll get on that. I want that mask. There we go. I'm still too big for kittens. That's a shame. Or for grown cats, I guess. But I am large enough to capture dolls that run away in terror. Okay, is that a pizza on the tire of the car? Why the hell not? I mean, I've seen Breaking Bad, they threw it up on the roof. Why not on the tire of a car? What the heck? So I was talking earlier about how when I was covering this game for 1UP.com back in the days when it was an import, before it was confirmed for US release, there was a lot of just kind of like dismissal of it from the site leadership. Like, please stop writing about this game because it's really weird, no one's going to want to play this, and it's alienating the audience. But then Namco took a risk on it and brought it over, and everyone who told me this game is stupid and bad fell in love with it. I guess it's just one of those things you have to play before you can really appreciate how good it is. And They did publish a demo of it, a free demo in Japan. That was how I first discovered it. So, you know, I guess I can't blame people for thinking this is nonsensical and dumb and totally out of style, out of fashion, not the kind of thing our audience wants to read. Because you really do have to play it to appreciate its bizarre genius. Oh, now I'm gonna get the cat. Yeah, that's right. I also got something else that screams. Don't know what that was. And we're good. Okay. I have made a star. Jason LaRose says, come to think of it, Sega has never been a great platform for voice acting. Mega Man 8, Sonic Adventure, Shenmue. Mega Man 8, that's not Sega's fault. That's Capcom. That had equally bad voice acting on PlayStation. I really think they just found some people around the office and stuck them in a broom closet with a compact microcassette recorder and said, can you read these lines of dialogue? One take is fine. Like Dr. Wily or Dr. Light's dialogue in that game, like he literally is doing a cold reading. You can tell where he kind of pauses to read what he's saying. It's really remarkable. Although Sega did have Shining Force 3, and that is one of the all-time duds. There were a bunch of Sega CD games like, was it Red Alert or something along those lines? It's not good to be too stingy.
They sit on TV.
Oops, I keep skipping the Hoshino family. Hope they don't take it personally. They're all going to end up dead in space anyway, so it's fine. It's fine. Look at all the cousins. So many cousins. I keep capturing them without even realizing it. This cousin appears to be naked. I guess that would make sense why his or her name is La La La. Just cruising on the world, not a care in the world. Naked as a jaybird. Naked as the day it was born? I don't know how the All Cosmos family is created. Are they born? Are they formed from stardust? Hatched? It's a mystery. Alright, so there are presents to be found here. And we are rolling into the final third of the stream. Because once again, it is the morning, and I have a day job, and I have to do that day job, so I can't just play video games all day. I mean, actually sometimes I can play video games all day, because that's my job. But I can't play Katamari Damacy all day because Limited Run Games has not published Katamari Damacy, although I would certainly not mind if we did. Everyone should write to Namco and say, hey, you should let Limited Run Games publish cool games that you create. We'll start with Mr. Driller Drill Spear, or sorry, Mr. Driller Drill Land. But then we can move on to one of the Katamari games. I feel like there's got to be some release for currently available systems that is digital only that we could justify putting on a disc. I know the Katamari Reroll actually had a limited physical release through GameStop, I believe. I own it, so I know it exists. Hello, little mouse guy. I stole a thing from your back. I wonder what kind of building blocks those are. Do you think those are Legos? Or do you think there's some off-brand like Mega Blocks? Or maybe Nintendo's Lego knockoff from the 70s? Indie Block or whatever it was called? In-Block? Maybe Namco has its own In-Block, since they both start with N. Alright, so this time I'm trying to get to 1 meter. I only have 10 minutes to do it, and that is a big roll-up. Oh, nothing wants to stick. I'm at that weird size, that awkward age. There we go. All right, a tenth of the way there, living on a prayer. So again, the mechanics of this game work. I don't know why I'm explaining this. I feel like everyone has played Katamari at this point. But the mechanics work that as you grow larger, as your Katamari grows larger, it can pick up more stuff. It can pick up larger things. And that in turn causes the Katamari to grow more, which means you can pick up even bigger things. It's very satisfying. But there are these places in each stage where you'll kind of be at an in-between state where you're not quite big enough to pick up everything. Is that a cousin over there? No, it's a mouse. Okay, well I got the mouse. Nope, I didn't get the mouse. Now I got the mouse. All right, so you're big enough to pick up, or too small to pick up most things, but there's just not enough stuff that you can pick up for you to be able to grow efficiently. And getting past that point is always kind of like the sticking point. If you can't exceed that size efficiently and quickly, then you're in big trouble, and you may not complete the stage because you're trying to hit a size goal within a set amount of time. I feel like I've already been in this backyard. They restocked their garbage already. It's a commitment, I guess. Commitment to having a terrible, cluttered backyard. I believe that is a water gun, not a real gun, because this is clearly set in Japan. Oh, see, I'm back at that spot again. Too small to pick up some things. I want to get those birds, but I'm not big enough yet. So I gotta pick up more nail polish. Oh, super glue, apparently. Can I not pick up plants? Really? Ugh. I require dandelions. As with most Namco games of this era, the soundtrack for this game is amazing. I don't know if the vinyl soundtrack is still available, but Mondo Records put it out last year. And if you are able to find it, I don't know, I think they've done some reprints. If you're able to find it, I highly recommend it. It's just, it's such a great collection of music, and they really did a great job with the packaging on it. There's like the inner sleeves are acetate and have goofy Keita Takahashi artwork scribbled all over them. The discs themselves are very colorful and spattered. It's just a really nice production, a nice package. So if you're able to find that and it's not super expensive on the aftermarket, I strongly recommend it. And I'm really hoping that Mondo or Ship to Shore or someone will license soundtrack to Mr. Driller Drill Land, which just came out yesterday on Switch and Steam. I've streamed that before, but I've never streamed it in English before because it's never been in English before. And is now out in America and Europe, and is like 30 bucks. What is going on here? Come on, let's go. Alright, so I'm stuck there. Oh, this is bad. I'm making like unprogress. I don't think I'm going to succeed on this one. Am I stuck? What's happening? Here we go. Drop down through here. Anyway, Mr. Driller Drill Land is one of my favorite games of the era that Katamari came out in, and is very evocative of that overall spirit. So if you haven't checked out my stream of the GameCube game, you should do that. And if you haven't checked out the demo of the game on Switch and Steam, I highly recommend that, although that kind of just scratches the surface of Mr. Driller Drill Land and what makes it great. Oh, come on. What is happening? Alright, let's catch some birds. There we go. Yeah, I'm at that spot again where my Katamari just isn't big enough, so I keep bumping into things that it seems like I should be able to pick up. That makes me smaller, which is counterproductive. Can I get the teddy bears now? I still cannot. Anyway, I promise I'm not a shill for Namco, or Bandai Namco at this point. I just really like these games. The games that they created in this era were inventive and colorful and fun, and really not concerned at all with the kind of the drive toward realism and violence in games that was extremely popular at the time. Which isn't to say they didn't make games that were violent. Oh, I want that Asian pear. One cool. Just that they also made games that stood in contrast to that, and this level is not going to work out so well. I'm not doing well here. I seem to have trapped myself in a really bad spot. There's no way I'm going to hit 1 meter within 3 minutes. Though I am making some progress, but it just won't be enough. I can just tell that sense of futility, Katamari futility. If only I could get past that 50 centimeter barrier. Come to me, teddy bears. Ah, there we go. That's the stuff. Yes, Dad, I understand. Thanks for the encouraging words, jerk. Alright, there's no way I'm going to double the size of this Katamari in 2 minutes, but thanks for coming along for the ride anyway. If you're just joining for the last quarter of this stream to watch me bumble my way through this stage, hello, I'm Jeremy Parrish, continuing to stream Katamari Damacy for PlayStation 2 for a Famicoffee stream. Oh, can I not pick up anything? Okay, there we go, it's a little bit. Kitty? No. Nothing here is accessible. Why did they trap me like this? Oh, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. So I'm also at the size where the Katamari is starting to feel sort of sluggish and roll really awkwardly, which is always a hassle. Alright, I've got 1 minute to grow 40 centimeters. I don't think that's going to happen. Especially not at this rate. Oh, Lord. I'm going to disappoint my father. Alright, so I am picking up steam here a little bit, but it's just not going to happen. It's very tragic. You're about to see some family strife happening. I apologize for what you're about to witness. Whoa, I got caught up on something there. Alas, failure. Failure has failed. Whoa, there's a conversation happening here about mosquitoes and citronella candles. How did that happen? I guess I got caught up in the video game. Alright, so I failed this level. I will try it again, and then that will be the end of my stream, so I can go to work. I feel like work today is going to be kind of similar to the experience I just had, full of failure. I've got to teach myself Adobe After Effects to make video titles, and that is not something I'm looking forward to. Every tutorial I've found is not actually that useful, it's just SEO bait. And I miss the days when the internet was actually useful, when you could look on the web and find stuff, but not anymore. Now it's all just like empty text to pad out content so that search engines will pick it up and you will go and find no value. As a writer, I love that. so I just messed up someone's Mahjong game. Feel bad about that, but what can you do? I'm the Prince of all Cosmos, and I must reach 1 meter. Must also roll up erasers at some point. Come on, little erasers. Work with me here. Batteries are not picking up either. I'm gonna get there, I swear. Nope, still no good. Okay, I got the batteries, so hopefully that means I can get the erasers. Alright, this is the way to do it. Just make an efficient... Whoa. I've just been slapped with stripes. Alright, an efficient roll-up. Look at that. Look at that. All I needed to do was fail and try again. Grab some mice, some lipstick. It's the weirdest Christmas stocking stuffers ever. Find whatever's down here. 10 yen? What can I even buy with that? I think I might stop talking for this section so that we can all enjoy the music, because it's really good. I'm going to turn up my music so I can hear it. Yeah, there we go. Rolling up the Lonely Star. And the mice with Legos. And stealing batteries from someone's stereo. James Wells says, TGIF, Jeremy, 'tis the weekend. Yeah, but what does weekend mean now? Like, we're all stuck at home doing nothing. Well, that's not true. I'm doing a lot, but all the days just blend together. Like, I really have trouble telling the difference between one day and another. Oh, what is happening? Why am I stuck? I can't roll. There we go. Teddy bears are the worst, man. They are not invited to my picnic. Alright. I think we're making better progress this time. I'm almost up to 25 centimeters with 7 minutes to go. Spiders are hissing at me. That means I'm on the right track. Why is the music in this game so good? I don't understand. Why isn't video game music this good anymore? Actually, that's not true. That's not fair. There are some very good composers out working, but it just feels very rare for a studio of Namco's size to put this much effort and energy into a soundtrack being so distinctive, as opposed to like, hey, we hired, you know, a Hollywood composer to create Hollywood sounding music for our video game. You have to go to indies to find cool stuff. I'm making very good time today. Oh, shove off, Dad. Jeez, what a jerk. I don't know what that screaming was, but that was a little bit of no reaction in my opinion. I'm back in that spot again. Nothing will stick. It's like a legal allegation against anyone in the Trump administration. You just can't make it stick. The system is rigged. But at least the music is good. Let's see if I can get some RC cars. No, I can't. Stupid RC cars. Okay, I'm at 70. Things are going well. Got some mayonnaise. No, pet bottle, sorry. Alright, I think we're going to do it this time. The magic's going to happen. I will be allowed to go to the next stage. Might have to do another one of these Katamari streams just because the last few stages are so good and so satisfying when you're like rolling up a Godzilla and a kaiju, other kaiju, and like the Power Rangers. It's so good. Alright, I did it. Thank you, Dad. Okay, so thanks everyone who stuck with me as I slogged through my extremely sad experiences in the previous attempt at this stage. It was all worth it because I've learned from my mistakes and, you know, done better rolling. Getting stuck behind cameras and walls, love it. Let's go get those RC cars, they deserve it. You must be turned into a star. You must die in the sky. Sure, now you're out of the way. All right, someone is running away, so that tells me that I can knock her down and turn her into a Katamari. Oh, that's right, young lady. You're in trouble now. Miyoko Takeda. I like how, each of the people you roll up here and turn into a star has a name. They have their own name. It's like what they tried to do with The Last of Us, but I think more effective. This isn't just saying like, oh, I can't believe you killed my friend. It's actually making you grieve for this totally normal person golfing in his backyard that you have launched into space. It's really heartfelt, meaningful. Really makes you think, you know? Perhaps it was me who was the Katamari monster all along. Maybe it's the camera that's the monster all along. Good God, what is happening? Whoa! I think something bad has happened here, folks. Whew. Oh no, what's going on? Oh, this is bad. Okay. Whew. Maybe my Katamari is too big. I've transcended the realities of Katamari. Alright, there we go. I'm back outside. Whew. That was rough. Alright, here comes the shrieking alarm. It always shrieks louder when it's just about to strike. Can I get this? Oh, I can. That was very good. Alright, there's stuff up here on the wall. How can I get that? I need that Maneki Neko. Come to me, kitty. Okay, I've reached the point where it's really hard to move. The Katamari's a little constipated. Oh, I can't stay up there. Oh well. Alright, well, thanks for watching this stream, everyone. I'm Jeremy Parrish, and this has been Katamari Damacy, a Famicoffee stream. Good way to start the day. Just rolling stuff up and having shade thrown at you by your cosmic father. Thanks for watching. I'll stream again this evening, a Gentendo of Mega Man 8, so look forward to that. And in the meantime, stay well and behave yourself. Yes. Thanks for watching.